Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. I want to show you how to take care of these different plants that you may buy at Home Depot, Lowe's. I got these at Tractor Supply. It's usually just a woody stem. They're dormant. They're anywhere from $7 to $10, and it's a great way to add new plants to your garden. Now, we're going to pot them up. You can do this, keep it in your house, get them growing, get the root system set up, let the leaves start growing. In your greenhouse, that's fine too. Couple of tips. The timing for buying these is really important. It's the first week of March. These are showing up in stores now. You want to pick them up now. You don't want these to be growing for weeks in Lowe's or Home Depot. They get massive root systems. They're not used to the sun. Those leaves are going to burn off anyway when you put them outside. They're going to be using up all the moisture that's in the packaging down in the bottom there. You really want to get them now. Now, if you go to wherever you go actually, and you say you see a bunch of Loganberries, look for a couple of them to have leaves on there, and that will tell you that the whole grouping is viable. You want to buy these when they're dormant. That means that's just, you know, like this grape would just be the wooden stick, the wooden stem. When they don't have any leaves, these are frost tolerant, cold tolerant. I'm in Maryland zone 7. These are really good for anywhere from zone 3 or 4 all the way up to zone 8. If they have no leaves on there, you can put them into the ground now. That's what you really want to do. Don't worry about the cold soil. Don't worry about the cold temperatures. You want to get the dormant plants into the ground, let the roots establish over the next 2 months, and then when the temperatures are right, all the leaves will pop up. If you're buying plants now that have some of the leaves showing, and something like that's perfectly fine. There's still moisture down in here. You know, when you're getting past this stage, I probably wouldn't get that plant unless, you know, there's no choice. But when they have leaves, you can't put them outside. One night of frost is going to damage the leaves. They've already put a lot of energy into growth. So you can keep them in a greenhouse like I'm going to be doing here. You can keep them in your house, but you really want to pot them up. You want to take them out of that bag, get them into a gallon, half-gallon, 2-gallon container, whatever size you want to use. I'm going to show you how to do that. And the setup's pretty much the same for grapes, different berries, raspberries, blackberries, figs. This is a Nanking cherry. I've never seen that before. I'm going to grow that. That gets about 6 feet tall. Fig plants, whatever you want to do, this is the basic setup when you're buying the dormant plants like this. Again, if there's no growth on them, you can put them right outside into your garden now when it's getting, you know, 25 degrees at night. It's perfectly fine. If they have leaves on them, or you want to grow the leaves, you're going to keep them somewhere warm like in a greenhouse or a house. So let me show you how to plant these up. And if you want to subscribe, I'm going to be doing a separate video on strawberries. They take a little bit of a different planting style, and I want to talk about them on a separate video. Okay, let's get to planting. This is the Mars grape. Now, the container, minimum this size, maybe twice as big would be perfect. This is a raised bed mix. Any raised bed mix, potting mix, container mix, it doesn't matter. You just don't want to put this in straight topsoil or anything like that. Get whatever's the cheapest, whatever's on sale. So you take this out of the bag, it's like this, and it's best really to cut this so that you don't damage the plant stem or the grape when you're pulling it out, or damage the roots. And this is still moist, but it's starting to dry out. So 3 weeks from now, this is all going to be dry. The plant's going to be suffering. So you really do want to get these sooner than later. If you were putting it out into the ground, you're just going to open it up, plant it really to about here. In case I missed it, to about there, and you let it go. Water it in well. In the pot, we're going to just hold it basically like this, and gently tuck in the roots and just drop the soil down. Now, this is the trick. First, just get everything into the container. Again, a container a little bit bigger would be better. As you put it in, give it a shake, let it settle, cover the roots, add in some more, give it a shake, And this can sit in your house, in your greenhouse. Water it in well. You don't have to water it every week. Just keep it moist, let it do its thing. If you're growing this in your home, the leaves won't have any protection against the UV rays of the sun, so you'll have to take this slowly out over about a week's period to let it toughen up. Again, try and buy these early. Don't wait till they're sitting in the stores for 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. If there's no leaves on them, you can put them outside. If some of the leaves are starting, maybe grow them in your greenhouse or your house. It's really up to you. The next one is the Loganberry, and this is the same process for figs, grapes, raspberries, blackberries, whatever you're buying like this. And you're basically always going to be planting to about where the roots start, maybe a half an inch up or something like that. So this is the Loganberry. That one's going to do a little bit better, and you'll notice too, like raspberries are probably fine in a pot like this. The grape was a little bit big, so just get a bigger pot. This is dry roots growing. That might be another stem forming. Not sure how this plant grows, but it's dry, and you want to just get these out of this plastic as quick as you can and get them into a pot, water them in well, and that's all you do. Press around away from the root ball, make sure it's nice and firm. And now we have the Loganberry planted up, and I would do that for the other plants. Let me just plant the rest of them up and we'll conclude the video. It's pretty straightforward. Just get them into a container if you want to grow them in your greenhouse or indoors, or if they have leaves on them and you want them, you know, to get established over the next month or two. If there are no leaves on there, you can just put the dormant plants right into the ground. The whole key is don't let these sit in the stores, you know, again, for that 4, 8, even sometimes 10-week period, and then buy them. They're just not going to be good plants. Get them early, get them outside. Most of the starting mix that you get, raised bed mix, container mix, all that probably has fertilizer in it, but you just need to feed these once with any dilute water-soluble fertilizer. That'll be plenty. Water them in and just let them do their thing. So I'm looking forward to getting these plants into my garden. A couple things that I never heard of before, a couple of different plants. So that's really exciting. Thanks for watching. And if you want to subscribe, I'll be doing a video on planting up strawberries that you buy in these 10 packs, just like that. Again, thanks for watching, and please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com.